Hello and welcome. Well, it's been a little while since I did a video. I tell you the truth, everything's been going to hell in a handbasket around here. Seems like every day there's something that takes my time up. Like yesterday I went to start my four-wheeler and it wouldn't start. Come to find out, to make a long story short, the mice had got in under the seat and chewed a couple wires in two. Well, I fixed those and it still won't start. Solenoid works real good, and switch is good. I don't know. I'm just piddling with it. Wife's car had a flat this morning, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get on what we're here for. All right, a couple of years ago, I built this beer koozie. I built it for a bottle for myself, and everybody seems to like it real well. And it's this one happens to be walnut, and it's got a couple of sleeves inside it. Turned out real nice. You need to keep a bottle or a can in it, you know, in case it wants to warp on you so it doesn't close up. But I went ahead and I decided I'd build a few more, and I'm going to build them out of cedar. So I got this cedar log here, and what I did is I went and I bought I have 25 of these sleeves. I bought on Amazon like $9 or $10. Always need one anyway. So here's one in the can. I'm going to build it for cans, Coke cans and stuff. But I'm going to cut off a piece long enough. I believe I'm going to try to make, I better stick to about 3 at a time. See how it turns out. Okay, I'm going to turn this a little off center because what I want a mixture of sapwood and heartwood, you know, to show on the outside of my koozies. Okay, I got 18 inches cut off. That'll give me 3 6-inch pieces because you got to consider, you know, tinning and all that kind of stuff. But what I've done is I've taken on one end, I found my dead center and I came over 1/2 inch this way. And then I drilled it 1 inch for my drive. Now on the other end, I found the same thing, but I went to the opposite side. So basically it's going to set a little cattywampus in between centers like that. Now on this end, I went ahead and drilled a hole so it sits in my live center there. I'm a firm believer in things not escaping me when I'm turning, so that's why I do that. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing mounted, and you know yourself it's going to be grossly out of balance when I start, but that's the way it is. Not near like that big offset bowl I did. So now I got that in there real good. Steel hammer. Looks like my mushroom's getting bigger here. I probably need to grind it down a little. Alright, so we come on here, put it into that one, because you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to bring this one into there. There we go. I guess I take it off block, and you can see now what I've got. So I'm going to put a little extra pressure on this, just to make sure. Okay, there you go. Tighten it down, this down. Now, I don't believe it can get out of there. Turn it on. See what we got here. Inside, girls. And let's see what we got. So there we go. It might not be too bad. Yeah, I'm getting 800 there. No, that's 6. Okay, there's a little over 800. That's good. So that's what we got. Okay, here goes nothing. 3 6-inch pieces. Seen a guy making a parting tool out of a file the other day. And I meant to comment to him because he obviously, you know, he's a new guy, no big deal, but he made a fantastic parting tool, but he didn't know how to use it. And he was just doing this, you know, and that's just not the way you do it. What you want to do, you got a bevel here, you got a bevel here now. It doesn't really matter which one you use, but you come in here, letting your bevel rove, and then you bring your handle up as you bring it back nice and slow until it starts peeling it off like that. You just don't come in here like this, you got to come in here and do it like that. And then when you get this one down, say, you know, about that depth, you need to come over about half the width right next to it to make you some space. Because the deeper this gets, you know, the hotter and the more it expands, and if you just keep going, it's going to end up jamming on you. So you got to give it some room to breathe, so to speak. So let's see how sharp this thing is. The reason I didn't sharpen it is because Cedar don't require much, but we'll see. See if we got something that'll work for me here. Looks like I've got a good flat on the inside. I hope that's enough. That's going to be tight, but I believe it'll work. Make sure they're all about like that. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to take these off now. Take them over to the bandsaw and cut them off right there. And then I'll put one of them on in the jaws, and we'll start doing the inside and the outside. Because I want to put some kind of beads or something on it. Okay, I'll catch you later. Okay, I've got that first one mounted. What I'm trying to show you here, and I think you can see it. See the dovetail, how perfectly it fits right there? And you're about, between 1/8 and 1/4 gap in there. Get over here a little bit. It's sort of hard to get to where the light's just right. It's hard to see, I'm sorry. It's the best I can do. Here we go. Can you see how well that's fitting? Now that's a perfect dovetail, and I believe there's enough right here to accommodate what I need. Okay? All right, here's number one. This red line right here represents the depth that this is going to be. Right there. And then what I've got here, this is how wide it's got to be to hollow it out. So I'll actually be parting it right about here. So I can have a little bit at the bottom to play with. And And this one, I didn't leave myself enough to play with, but you know, that's just the way it is sometimes. So I'm gonna come in here to see. Right there. That ought to get it for me. So that's where I gotta hollow it to, right there. Right there. Okay. I'm going to drill it out with the biggest forester bit I've got. And then I'll hollow using a square carbide with a radius just coming in beside it till I get to the depth I want. And that'll be it. And then I'm going to shear cut the outside, get it nice and smooth. I'm not going to put any decorations or nothing in these. I didn't leave myself enough room. I would end up going in the middle. Plus, like I said, Cedar's not very tough on the vertical, on the horizontal. I mean, on the horizontal, it is on the vertical, so it could split this way. We hope not. I keep wanting to drink that. I am going to go to right there. It's going to be that red line right there. Nice and slow. Now let's make its own little place right here. I'm going to stop this because that forester bit is dull. So I'm going to have to sharpen it. These days I'll do a video on how to do that. That's not good. What you want to do, you want to take a diamond card and you want to come up here on the back side like this. See? If you can see what I'm doing or not. Try to keep it flat. I know that's hard to do sometimes, but now, the big ones are pretty easy to do, but it's the small ones that are, you know what. And it doesn't take a whole lot. You want to sharpen on the back side of the flat. You don't want to do it right like that. All right, let's see if that's any better. Might have to drill the smaller one first to see how hard this is. Sometimes I'll use like 2 other forester bits and then gradually get bigger. That works real well too. Oh yeah, come on now, we're home. All right, here we are. Okay. I'm going to go get the air so I can blow that out. I'll be right back. And we'll continue on the inside. Okay. I'm going to start a little hollow in here. I'm going to use a square cutter and I'm going to come in here. It's pretty heavy. I might be able to get it all the way. I'm not real sure. We'll have to see. I may have to come in here with a tool rest that I can stick the bar inside. Perfecto. Okay. Oh yeah, perfecto. What do you think about that, girls? Got mine glued in? Perfect. Might even be able to get two of them in here. Sometimes I like to double up. What I'm doing here is I'm using a square cutter with a radius and I'm doing a shear cut. I do that by bringing this at 45, just barely touching it, and I can also this way. Now, the hazards of doing this is that you've really got to watch the up point real well, because if you come here and catch that up point, you're going to get a catch. So you got to be cutting on the lower part of the radius, and just barely, just like that. Okay. That's how I do it anyway. There's a ton of different ways to do it. I mean, I could do it with a skew. I've done that plenty of times, but I like doing it this way. I'm going to come in here at about a 45, nice and slow. I'm just basically going to let it cut. I'm just barely taking stuff off. And I'm watching the upper tip real hard. Because it's, you absolutely cannot really let anything do happen there. Okay, I'm going to put a few grooves in this. Some burn marks in it. I'm going to come here again just in case I got some little birds sticking up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to burn those. Get rid of my gloves because my hands will be pretty close to the action there. I'm also going to get rid of the jacket because I'm burning up. Alright. Okay, I like the color, so I'm going to leave it that color. I'm going to go ahead and put a little sealer on it now. Make sure it doesn't have it full of dust. Then I'm going to show you how I put this together after the sealer sets up a little bit. Cedar turned out better than I thought it would. Okay. And you've got to seal the inside too, because they will eventually have some moisture in them. So you've got to, make sure that, they don't have to be waterproof, but they have some protection in them anyway. That ought to do. All right, I'm going to let that sit up. I'll come back and I'll show you how we're going to put the inserts in. All right, here it is. I'm going to show you how I put the insert in. There's lots of ways to do it. But the one thing I learned the hard way making one time is that you want to put a little something on your can or your bottle or something, and you'll see why. And it don't take much, I use Pam right here. And there's the reason for that is that you're going to put glue on this, and if the glue gets on your can, you may have a hard time getting it out, okay? So that's the reason you do that. And I use just regular old Tite Bond, and you put a little bit around it. It doesn't take a whole lot. Put some on the bottom, put it in there. Squidge it around, like so. And come back tomorrow. Yeah, here's your finished products. This is the 3 that are made out of that one 18-inch piece of cedar. Each one is somewhat different. This first one is, it's got the smaller burn lines in it. They've all got the signature with a laser on the bottom. This one over here is the second one. It's got, bigger burn lines, and they're, use a totally different technique. And the one I made for a bottle, it has, if you could, there you go, you can see it there. It has some texturing in it and burn lines, and it's smaller up here for a bigger bottle. Now, my next video is going to be on how I made those burn lines and different techniques, and also going to show you a new tool that I copied from somebody. I can't remember who it was, but whoever it was, I appreciate it. So there you go, my friends. I'm going to make 3 more, but I think I'm going to get my grandsons to do that, especially the little one, if he comes over this weekend. He's got a new hoverboard, so he may not be interested in doing this stuff anymore, at least for a little while. Hey, if you like what I do, please subscribe. Tell all your friends, call your mama, and I will catch you on the rebound.